And good afternoon, perhaps again for a number of our listeners in Brisbane and in Wollongong from the Parramatta Stadium. A magnificent afternoon here, a fair crowd, by no means as big as the officials would have hoped for this afternoon, to see what should be a tremendous contest, particularly up front, between these two sides, the Sydney Origin and the Country Origin teams. For the first time, the match is taking on this new lineup, new look, and it looks on paper as if it will be a tremendous crunch for the State of Origin selection. Looking at the Sydney Origin side, it's Docking at fullback, O'Connor and Growth on the wings, Kenny and McGaw in the centres, Terry Lamb and Hasler, Langman, Wayne Pearce the captain, Paul Siren and Phil Tunks, Ben Elias and Jarvis. On the Country Origin side, Gary Jack, John Allenson, Brian Johnston, Andy Farrell, Chris Waterman in the centres, Laurie and Sterling, the Parramatta halves in there, and Ron Gibbs with Noel Field, Les Davidson, Peter Kelly, Mal Cochran and David Boyle. The man in charge is Mick Stone, the players are on the ground.
Yes, it seems as though it's going to be a great game, this Sydney Origin and Country Origin side. It really will boil down to who's the most determined side, I think. Both sides are evenly balanced with Ron Gibbs, Noel Field, Les Davidson making a tremendous pack row 3 for the Country, and of course Paul Langmack, Wayne Pearce back into the second row with Paul Siren.
Goes down deep, right down on the line. It's taken by Docking and sent straight after McGaw. He crunches back towards the line. He's picked up and dumped by the Country defence. Look forward to plenty of that today as they move it across to Jarvis. And 2 and 3 come in. Gibbs is in there along with Cochran to put him down. Quickly played. Elias gives it to Langmack. Langmack going up. Takes it about 5 metres ahead over the quarter line. In come the Country defence, and now a clearing kick by Terry Lamb for the City side. And it goes back in Country's half. Jack is down there. He waits. The ball wobbles, picks it up, and then as he sees the defence is right up there, sends the kick straight to Docking. Docking's having a run, and he goes down right at the feet of Mal Cochran. 35 from the Sydney line. It's Lamb from dummy half. Just tidying it up for them as they all get onside behind him. Recovering position. Elias is there. A quick play the ball. And it goes to Pearce. And Pearce is taken by the Country defence. Clearly in there, assisting on the blind side. As Tunks goes hard up about 5 metres ahead towards the halfway mark. He's told and plays it to Elias. Back to Langmack. Langmack trying to thread his way ahead. And this is the 6th tackle on its way for the Sydney side. Elias's ball again for Lamb. It's knocked down by Gibbs as he tried to kick, picked up by Country. They're all onside there, and Country in possession. Gibbs doing well to smother Lamb's kick for touch. Cochran plays it. Gibbs turns around and goes up on the blind side, and he's upended very quickly by Ben Elias. 10 metres inside the Sydney half, the penalty against Elias. Didn't play the ball. First penalty of the match going to the Country side. Kelly has a look, gives a short ball there to Boyle. Picked up and pushed back about 5 metres. Hasler was very strong with Jarvis, and it's played from Cochran to Sterling for a kick ahead. He's looking for the corner, and it goes over Docking. He does well to grab it on the bounce. Just fell out of his fingers, and he quickly got the ball to be taken on his own quarter line.
It's interesting to see that we've got 2 fullbacks who rarely kick, so you'll see plenty of running from the back, and I'd expect Docking and Gary Jack to do plenty of running.
Sydney move it up through Jarvis. He tries to hit it up hard, and the 3 defenders onto him. Kelly in there with Gibbs and Boyle. Now Hasler gives a ball. It goes to Langmack. Langmack trying to thread past Sterling. Awkward ball. Goes from Docking's fingertips to Hasler. Looks for support now. Sends the pass out to O'Connor. Close to touch. In the touch. But a quick break by the Sydney side. They have a scrum 10 metres in Country's half. And after 4 minutes, no score.
Super break by Des Hasler. I think he ran the wrong way, threw the ball outside. Inside, who was it? Terry Lamb.
Scrum packs in. Sterling about to feed. Heads bobbing. Ball's in. And it's squeezed out the Country side. It was a messy scrum. Country have won it though. Brian Johnston does the tidying up as the forwards get into a line. And we're almost near halfway. Country in possession. Cochran's pass goes up to Davidson. He loses it, and City in possession here. City take it up through Elias. He gives the pass to McGaw. McGaw hunting it to the halfway mark, and he's taken from behind. They play it back, and it's Siren running it up from the Sydney side. They're 5 metres. Country side touched by Country. Count starts again. and a penalty going against Country, not getting off Cyril. It was Cochrane and Chris Mortimer at fault. So the first penalty going to Sydney. Lamb comes up to take his kick. David Rollins, anything else down on the sideline?
Yes, well, the list continues, Jim. I didn't get to finish it before, but that's how much a toll these games have taken on the players. Ross Conlon is certainly in doubt tomorrow. He's got a reoccurrence of a hamstring injury that he injured earlier on. Stephen Folkes, in case any Canterbury fans are worried, he was only taken off in the City first game as a precaution and to keep him fresh for the Origin game. Phil Daly will mount his forwards. Are going to be in a bit of bother tomorrow, which makes the arrival of Kevin Ward even the more inviting. He's got a cork knee, but that's about it. And there'll certainly be some Warrior Club secretaries.
Myers looking busy with the ball. Sydney attacking inside the quarter. Hasler's pass. Lamb gives it to Langmack. Good one to Pearce. And he's pulled down about 20 metres out. With Chris Mortimer across there as Tunks goes on the blind side. A chip ahead, taken by Jack. Near his line. Runs it out. And runs it strongly in the headband. Up towards the quarter. Good dogged, determined effort by Gary Jack. Country responding after that good charge by Sydney, and it's Cleal. He couldn't get any momentum up on the blind side. Is quickly nabbed by the defence. Here's Cochrane's pass. It goes on the inside to Kelly. He squeezes ahead, going very hard at the line, and he's just over his quarter, in the middle of the paddock. Cochrane back to Sterling. Spreads it out to Gibbs. Whoops, he almost lost it. He's lost it behind him. Cleaned up by Sterling. And it's intercepted. And O'Connor will score over the posts. Ball was passed out from Sterling, and O'Connor was made a deck with the interception. Quite a few of the referees was there. Thanks very much. And once he'd taken the pass, that was it. He only had about 15 metres really to stroll to put the ball down under the posts. So the Sydney Origin side lead Country 4-0 after 7 minutes.
Most uncharacteristic error by Peter Sterling. He picked up the loose ball after Ron Gibbs had spilled it backwards and then tried to throw a long ball inside his 22-metre line. Michael O'Connor was on hand, simply grabbed it and went in unopposed.
Terry Lamb is close to the conversion. Here he comes, almost in front. And he's kicked it. It's 6-0. Sydney 6, Country 0. Gone 8 minutes into the first half.
But they're only 32 metres away, Country, as Cochrane at dummy half. He did a little pirouette because Cleal went one side and Boyle the other, and both of them had overrun the dummy half, so he couldn't do much else with it. Cleal into dummy half. The cutout pass comes away now to Laurie. Well, Laurie's gone straight through. Laurie can't get his pass away, though. He's taken down only 18 metres away from the City line. Country now swinging out through Sterling, and back down the centre comes Cleal. Back it goes to Laurie, throws the dummy, puts the kick in. It's into the end goal area. Getting back there is O'Connor. O'Connor has to scoop it across the dead ball line. And so play will restart with the line drop out, and Country will retain possession, and that will please that man a little bit more. Warren Ryan, the coach of the Country place of Origin side.
Well, it takes some pleasing, David, but would have brought a little bit of a smile to him there with Laurie. You notice the switch inside to the big fella Cleal. A little bit of confusion here, but this was a good kick. Now, Laurie had made the break previous and put it under a lot of pressure, and O'Connor did the right thing.
Farah with the ball now, back on the quarter line. That's Cochrane, taking it up as Davidson, and Davidson's gone straight through. Davidson for the line, sends the pass away, and scoring the try looks to be the South Sydney teammate Boyle. And the South Sydney combination have put Country back in business. Davidson to Boyle, Boyle under the post, it's 6-4.
Well, talk about Boyle boiling over. He trailed his man there. Now watch Davidson. Now, any kid watching football, this is how to run onto it, and that's not out of tackle. Two City players went high, and that's the way to trail a man. See from a different angle. Look, they've gone high. You can't do it. Lamb and Elias got in each other's way. The strength of this man, and that is great backing up.
It's been a big day for the Rabbitohs. David Boyle's first try there of the day, and off big Les Davidson.
Well, Davidson's been in outstanding form in recent weeks. The City front row certainly topping the tackle count as far as they're concerned. Jarvis, Tunks and Elias. Cochrane moving in. There's the kick. It's successful. So Country 6, City 6. Well, Jarvis must wonder what they've got against him out there. Not only did he get rocked by the tackles from Davidson early on, but he's been hit 3 times since in gang tackles from Davidson and Boyle. They haven't missed him.
Certainly haven't, as obviously the countryside have pinpointed him as being the man that may just take a backward step.
Cleal has the ball just inside Country's territory as Allenson got his pass away to Boyle, and Boyle running out wide again. Now the pass has gone away, intercepted by Langmack. Hasler away to Lamb. Lamb's got it to Kenny. This is problems with Cape Country, but good defence. Good defence across there that time. Andrew Farrer, as they seemingly were getting set to just get that overlap going out wide.
Once again, it's a good run by Boyle. It was a badly directed pass.
Elias, short side, sends it away from Lamb to Langmack. The cutout pass goes away to Kenny, but again, good defence. Coming in off the wing was Johnston. Took him ball and all. Boyle across there again. That's Hasler. Away from Jarvis, it goes to Pearce down the centre. And look at that! No, clear. Oh, and that's second Pearce.
And why wouldn't it?
There's the shot for a field goal from Elias, and he's got it. City are in front, 7-6. Benny Elias, his 7th field goal of the season. So Sydney leading Country 7-6. 16 minutes left in the first half. Country with the ball only 12 metres out as Allenson goes straight and hard. Good run from the youngster. He's 10 metres out. Sterling. That's Boyle. Straight down the centre. Right in front of the goalpost.
Keep your eye out for Noel Cleal.
Out it goes now from Laurie. Laurie threw the dummy back to Sterling, who kept going, but the City defence wasn't sucked in. Now take it down the centre is Kelly, and Kelly's almost there. Kelly within a metre of the Sydney line. Cochrane's pass comes out now to Sterling. The flick pass goes back on the inside and picking up the crumbs. Bad pass. Brett Kenny pounced on that like a panther, and that is when Kenny is at his most dangerous. If he'd been given another metre to move, that would have been a City try, because he would have given it to O'Connor, who was unmarked.
Certainly was. A bit of desperation though, David. They took the odds far too often there.
Now Pearce going straight down the set. The pass comes back to Docking. Docking coming down to the quarter line. Good pass to McGaw. McGaw's out of one. He's out of two. The pass comes to Grote. Grote for the corner. He's out of Allenson. Is it a double movement? No. The referee says fair try.
That was great play. Beautiful play by the centre, Mark McGaw. And the Shark really dug the teeth in there. Well finished by Grote. The strength of him really was just too much for the young one. Now Pearce made the initial break. Beautiful pass. Docking chimed him well. And that is great football. McGaw to his fellow teammate. There's the strength. It isn't often you see Noel Cleal get barged out with a no thank you. And the strength of this man just far too strong. Now this is the way that you should run on. Beautiful pass at the last moment. Good linking by the fullback. Now McGaw is shouting for this. Give me it. Get out of the way, Noel. Over the top. He kept his cool. A beautiful ball out wide. And there's nothing to stop this fella.
Well, Mark McGaw, a very underrated player.
Not in my book, it isn't.
Certainly not in mine, but a lot of people, I think, were surprised when he got into the side and with O'Connor on the wing. Here's Lamb's kick. It looks good off the boot. Just swinging away to the left-hand upright. So the score, with 13 minutes remaining in the first half, City 11, Country 6.
Talking about underestimating people, David, I think Noel Cleal shaking his head in disbelief. How the centre could just completely palm him off like that and then leapfrog over him, set up the try.
Country have missed 17 tackles so far in the first half. The story is retold on the scoreboard with Sydney leading. And there's a couple more missed as Docking's gone straight through. He's down to the halfway. He sent it away to Hasler. Hasler will go all the way over the quarter line. Hasler for the post. Hasler dives. Hasler scores.
Well, take your hat off to the little fellow, the fullback. We just mentioned they've missed so many tackles, and what a time to miss them there. But full credit to this little fullback. He's pretty short to the ground. He steps. Once again, they try to go high. And this kid's got plenty of class. Beautiful ball, good backing up, shut the gate. Really, really an easy, simple try. But full credit to the fullback.
The country need plenty of talking to at the moment. Their spirits are at a very low ebb. Jonathan Docking, they call him Pixie, but there's no way in the world you can associate that name with the way he plays rugby league football. Here's Lamb from right in front, 10 metres out. The try converted. City 17, Country 6. Elias tucks. The pass comes to Sirenen. Sirenen, look at that for a fend. He's got plenty of open space in front of him. His Balmain teammate Gary Jack coming across. Sirenen out of one. He's getting it away. He gives it to O'Connor. O'Connor inside another. O'Connor beats another. O'Connor can't get his pass away in the end. It's gone loose. Or has it? No, he's still got the ball. As it jumps out to Lamb. Now it's gone to Langmack. And Langmack has taken only 14 metres away. Now Pearce. Pearce buys the opening, goes straight through it. Pearce will score himself.
Oh, David, they're just toying with him now. That really is poor tackling. It's on the same lines. It's on the same lines, David, as in the old country days. They're a very dispirited mob. Now this is a beautiful long ball out there. Now notice the step on Pearce. And once again, Cleal and Cochrane guilty of going too high. Look at this man's knees. Now you've got to get his legs. It's no good trying to go high. This fellow loves anybody coming high at him. So strong.
Lamb moves in. That's a better kick. He's got it. 2 points. And so City are leading by 23 points to 6. Cochrane. Kelly.
Well, you can see Kelly trying to turn in the tackle, looking for support, and I'm afraid he's run out. There's not much backing up going on out there, dude.
Out comes away to Mortimer, and Mortimer's pass has been intercepted by Kenny, and Kenny's over the corner line. Kenny will score. Kenny dives. Kenny scores. It's 27-6.
Well, that was a Kenny special. Chris Mortimer, horror on his face after he passed the ball. He knew that Kenny was going to be sniffing around, and believe you me, here it goes. Now here you see Mortimer. Now watch the position of Kenny. He knew it was on. That was no fluke at all. And Mortimer knows it. And so does this guy here. He loves them.
Brett Kenny's season's tally 4 points. And at Parramatta Stadium, this boy's known as King Kenny.
As in comes Terry Lamb. On the stroke of half-time, he kicks the goal, which means that City are now leading Country by 29 points to 6. Elias away to Jarvis, and Jarvis is up over the quarter line. Tunks takes it up. Beautiful pass away to Sirenen. Sirenen's taken down midway half and quarter line inside Sydney's territory. Elias's pass comes away now from Jarvis. Well, he was about to pass it away, but he was wrapped up in good defence there by his Canterbury teammate Kelly. Pearce. And Pearce is going to be tackled right on half-time. So at half-time, Sydney go in with an unassailable lead. They've scored 5 tries, 4 goals, for 29 points, and also a field goal to boot, kicked by Benny Elias. Country, the solitary try and the solitary goal. City lead Country by 29 points to 6. Let's go down to the sideline. Here's Ian Hansen.
Yes, it would have been nice to have been a fly on the wall inside the Country rooms, but we were standing just outside, and it was quiet as a church mouse. whatever Warren Ryan said, he kept it very, very quiet. And I'm sure that he did tell these guys that they've got 13 reputations to uphold in the second 40 minutes, and to get out there and show this crowd and show New South Wales and Australia that they've still got, some football left in them. Ron Worley was delighted with the tries that his guys put on. He wants them to keep the pressure up for the first 10 minutes, score a try, and he's sure then that the slower country forwards will start to feel the pinch.
So we've already seen one error in the second half, and now Sydney have the ball, and that's Langmack. And Langmack will get up and play it. 34 metres out from Country's line. Tunks takes it ahead. Tunks is hammered into the ground. 12 metres outside the Country quarter line. Elias at dummy half. Half-time score, Sydney 29, Country 6. No change, of course, yet in the second half. It comes away from Hasler. Now that's Lamb. It's away it goes to Kenny. Kenny's pass goes away now towards Docking. He throws the ball on the outside. He's taken ball and all by Allenson. Still 34 metres away from that Country line as it comes from McGaw. McGaw running back towards the centre of the field. He slips the pass to Elias. Elias has got it away to Pearce. Pearce throws the dummy, and he's taken in tackle number 5. A few metres outside that Country quarter line as Elias sends it away now. Lamb's going to put the kick in. Over the top, behind the backs. Now Jack lets it bounce. It's into the in-goal area. Getting back there is Brian Johnston, and he's got the ball back into the field of play, and then he's taken with magnificent defence, especially from Sirinen, back into the in-goal area. Play will restart with the line dropout.
Good kick, David, and good defence. And really, they put the pressure on here. Lamb, little chip over. And the ball bouncing a little bit awkwardly there for Jack. Find the wingman, gets right involved with it. Johnston. And believe you me, look at that. That's been the difference.
Cochrane. Now Cleel coming down the centre. He slipped the pass away to Sterling. Sterling throwing the dummy. Back it goes to Cleland. He's lost the ball. Stacks on the mill. And the scrum's going to go down 11 metres inside Country's territory.
David, I think the point we've got to think about now is how many of these Country players will make the State of Origin team. I mean, really, no more than 2 or 3 at the most. I think Des Hasler has overshadowed Peter Sterling. I mean, Peter Sterling is Sterling, but Hasler's had a huge game.
As Docking runs the ball up on the blind side, tackled by Gary Jack, and that's O'Connor. And O'Connor down towards the quarter line. It's a good point. It's pretty hard to think, though, that Peter Sterling wouldn't be in the State of Origin side, but hasn't Desi had a mighty game?
Certainly has, but you've got to look at it, David. These games aren't just put on for the fun of it. This is the trial for the state game. And quite frankly, a few of these players on the Country side, they must be on very thin ice. You can't always continue to select on past performances.
Now Pearce going down the centre. Now that's Sirinen. Sirinen up to the quarter line. Sirinen's tackled around the legs again by Sterling. Down on the quarter line as Docking sends it away towards Tunks, and Tunks gets within 9 metres of the Country line. Into dummy half again as Elias. As Elias will send it the open side, and it goes to Lamb. He has a shot at field goal. It's going to be pretty close. I think it's there. Referee Mick Stone says yes. And so the first point of the second half comes up. A field goal to Terry Lamb. Took 13 minutes for the first point of the second half to arrive. And so Sydney are now leading Country 30 points to 6.
Very methodical kick there, but it's what's counting. Always come away with at least something. 1 point, and you lead him by 30 points to 6. This game is well and truly over.
Wayne Pearce, I noticed, was getting some treatment for his neck. Of course, it's been a terrible day as far as injuries are concerned when you can think about tomorrow's match, or tomorrow's round of matches in the Winfield Cup. David Lydiard has a suspected broken ankle. Peter Spring, the prop forward from Illawarra, was taken to the Illawarra hospital with a suspected broken jaw. Mark Brokenshire had 32 stitches inserted in a very nasty gash under his right eye. Terry Lamb kicking for touch, up over the halfway line, down towards the quarter line. Gary Jack coming across, and Jack fields the ball. Now McGaw's the only man up there at the moment. He's taking on McGaw. Now Lamb comes up. He's away from both of them, Gary Jack. Good run from the fullback. And he's got the ball back to within 12 metres of the halfway.
Well, he's certainly one of the players that can hold his head up high. And with all those sort of injuries, David, it really is an insult for the selectors to completely well, not select on form on this particular game.
Now Brian Johnston, he's up over the halfway. He's ankle tapped by Tunks, but he's managed to stay in the field of play. Into dummy half is the other winger, Allenson. He's got it away now from Boyle. It missed out Cleal. It went now to Cochrane. Out wide it goes to Laurie. Laurie throws the dummy. Laurie still going. Back on the inside is Farah. Farah down over the quarter line. He can't keep the movement going though. Lovely dummy from Laurie, because if he'd thrown the pass, Kenny would have been in under the sticks. As away it goes to Sterling, and Sterling decides to go on his own. Down the centre is Cochrane. He's got it away from Mortimer. It goes to Kelly. Kelly, can he get his pass away? Yes, that's Davidson. Davidson throws the dummy, the pirouette, and he's got within 9 metres of Sydney's line. Now it goes from Sterling. Sterling across field. The flick pass to Gibbs. Gibbs throws the pass, and Cleal's in.
That's better. That's what the crowd's come to see. And thankfully, the country guys haven't thrown the towel in. That really was great support play. I watched the ball swing out here. Now Sterling is getting himself more involved in the game. A beautiful inside pass. Gibbs puts on the acceleration. And once again, we see Cleal backing up at the man with the ball. This is something they didn't do in the first half. Watch for the call inside. Gibbs says it's mine. Beautiful inside flick. He puts the power on. And good support play.
So the Manly combination there.
Noel Cleal opens the scores for country with his try, and it's good to see the Manly boy back on the board.
Cochrane. This is only his third kick for the afternoon. Moves in, and he's missed it. So Sydney leading country 30 points to 10. Cleal's pass away towards Davidson, and the referee says play on as Cochrane picked up the ball again, and country have got it about 40 metres out. It goes now from Davidson. Away it goes to Sterling. Now it's with Laurie. Laurie going straight down the centre of the ruck. Laurie still going. Laurie's down to the quarter line. Is this shades of Parramatta versus Canberra? Laurie very much involved that day. So was this man Sterling, as the pass comes out wide towards Gibbs, and Gibbs has got to within 19 metres of the line. It's a huge ask. As Davidson has the ball. Away it goes now from Sterling, and across now goes to Laurie. Laurie's got into a bit of space. He's got it away to Kelly. Kelly, can he get his pass to Jack? Now it goes out to Farah. Farah's in. Try the country, and Farah's going to bring it round and make it a little bit easier to convert.
Keep the ball alive, and that's what you'll be rewarded with. And they'll be a lot happier there. Andrew Farah had not many opportunities today, but he certainly took that one well. This is what it's all about. Keep the ball alive, back up the man with the ball, and for once we saw a good link, good pair of hands, good step by Laurie. On to Kelly, who's been caught quite often out wide, but this time it pays off. Jack onto Farah, and really Gross had no option but to take the dummy. Quick hands, it's what link's all about. There you see, just that half break. Piss committed himself. Kelly finds himself in the centre position again. Jack linking through. Now watch the dummy. See you later, Eric. And that's what the crowd needed. Another country try.
At Canterbury, they call this man Mr. Muscles, and he can sure put a try on.
Andrew Farah, of course, bought by Canterbury really as a schoolboy. Came down here from Cowra. Plenty of support for Andrew and Cowra this afternoon, despite the disappointment that Roy Simmons isn't out there. Here's Cochrane. There's the kick, and he's got it. So City are leading country by 30 points to 16. There's still 20 minutes left in the match. Is it possible, Steve-O?
Anything's possible in rugby league. As long as the country players don't start tackling again like my old Pommy mates.
Country. They've got the ball. They're 14 metres away, and Cochrane's in a dummy half. As he sends it away, on it goes to Boyle, and Boyle goes straight and hard down the centre.
Well, the country side, David, have tried to respect the possession this second half, and it's paid off.
As Davidson throws the dummy, now it goes back to Cochrane, away it goes to Laurie. Laurie, oh, there was no one there on the outside after he created the gap. And it's a penalty against City for holding one of the country players off the ball that time as Cleal takes it ahead. after they've taken the tap. Cleal going on his own. Crusher almost there. Cleal to get up and play it. He's only 2 metres away. In a dummy half is Cochrane as it comes away to Sterling. Sterling's ball to Gibbs. Gibbs has got it away, and this will be it. No, the ball's gone loose, and Hasler's got it.
Well, I don't believe that. The 5'8" Mark Laurie, the try line there begging for him to put it down. And this was beautiful football. Sterling coming into his own, puts Gibbs into the gap. It was a great pass. Should have been taken. Try time bomb.
Hasler, the man who's been in the right place at the right time the last 2 times that they've been close to scoring. It was Hasler, of course, who stole the ball from Davidson. It was Hasler again who got the ball that time. Gibbs is going to be called out here for being a little bit overzealous in that tackle on Langmack.
Well, Langmack got up smiling, but I think there's a bit of pain involved in this one. Now the ball spins loose here. Out it slips. And watch Mr. Gibbs. Now this guy's never stopped giving up. No doubt about it. Shaped his elbow into the battering ram position and Wooshka into his ribs.
Now City take it up through Tunks, and Tunks' tackle on the quarter line. Well, they've finished strongly, Country. You've got to give them full credit for that. And Tunks is struggling to get to his feet.
Well, Gibbs looks as though he's made his own hit list. And he's got through some good tackles today. That's the second one. Now, Tunks is coming through, and he's a big boy. Here he comes, Mr. Gibbs. Boom! Wooshka into the ribs again. Boy, they hurt.
And I think you'll find that, I notice Bobby Lindner sitting in front of me over here, Mike, too, a man who suffered almost an identical, or what seems to be a similar injury anyway. Of course, he had the bad knee injury in the State of Origin match, the Sydney Cricket Ground 85, and he looked at that in a great deal of concern. I saw him watching the replay. And Ian Hansen down on the sideline, it just looked to me, Ian, as if Tunksy might have injured that knee in similar fashion to the way Vorton went last week and the way we've seen other players go.
Yeah, excellent call, David, and unfortunately for Tunks, he's being carried off now on the stretcher. His teammate Steve Folkes, who had a super game in City Ones, is coming on to retake his place in the Sydney pack. And Tunks has had a history of knee injuries, and it was just shocking to see him get bent backwards by an avalanche of Country players. And the man is in a lot of pain, and the doctor is waiting for him to come onto the field.
Well, the thing was, I think you knew that there was something seriously wrong with the speed with which Lamb and Langmack went there. Now, Country have got the ball after the scrum, and Laurie's still going. Laurie held up only about 14 metres away, though, from the Sydney line as it comes from Cochrane. Away it goes to Davidson. Down the centre goes Davidson. And Davidson's held up only 12 metres away from Sydney's line. Cochrane a dummy half. Now, what can they do here, Country? As it comes to Sterling, blindside, away it goes to Kelly. Kelly burrow his way upfield he goes. He's taken there by Pearson. Sirinen again in a dummy half. Cut comes from Cochrane to Sterling, and away to Laurie, back to Sterling. Sterling trying to run across field, looking for the runner, waiting for the defence to hold off him, but they didn't. They read that well, Sydney. The ball's played now to Farah. Farah goes on his own. Back on the inside comes Mortimer. Now it's with Sterling. Sterling out wide. It goes to Boyle. Boyle's got it away towards the wing of Johnston, and Johnston's in. There's 10 minutes to go. It's 30 points to 20.
Good play by Boyle there. Good support play. The ball swinging around, and Sterling really has improved his effort in the second half. He's been Johnny on the spot, and here's the difference of it. Now Farah swings round, gets the ball away. Beautiful pass by Mortimer. Now Sterling, that's a great pass to Boyle, who does the right thing, commits himself to the tackle, and a great try.
So Brian Johnston, the boy from Dunedoo, has scored the try.
Well, here we see, now watch this pass from Sterling, right into the gap, and beautiful play by Boyle. He's worked hard today.
There's 9 minutes left in the match. Cochrane from just a couple of metres in from touch. It looks good off the boot. It's not a bad looking kick. What a magnificent kick from Cochrane. 8 points the margin. 8 minutes left in the match. Sydney lead by 30 points to 22. As it comes away to Jarvis, and Jarvis is hammered into the ground there. That was Kelly and Davidson. Elias blindsided, goes to Langmack. Langmack's kickers charge down, stacks on the mill, diving on it as Johnston for country. There's 4 minutes left in the match as it's swung across now from Sterling. The long ball comes out to Laurie. Laurie against Lamb. Laurie throws the dummy over the quarter line. He slipped the pass to Mortimer. Back to Laurie. Laurie trying to take on McGaw and also Kenny. And he's wrapped up midway half and quarter line inside country's territory. Allenson from dummy half goes on his own, but McGaw and Kenny just wrap him up and take the youngster to the ground. 10 metres in from the eastern touchline. Cochrane decides to go on his own up the blind side, and Cochrane's almost got it back to the halfway line. City lead country by 30 points to 22 as it's come away from Sterling. On it goes to Cleel, and Cleel's knocked it on. And coming away with it is big Eric Growth. Up over the halfway line comes Growth, but look at that. Good defence. The two head-geared country players, Gibbs and Kelly, affecting that tackle. Jarvis has passed away from Elias and went away to Pearce, and Pearce has held up 9 metres inside country's territory.
This is where the City side have to slow things down. They realise that they've got victory within their grasp. An 8-point lead, 30 points to 22. And Pearce having a lot of trouble with his neck injury. He's been spinning round, and there you can see he's struggling. And more importantly, look at that. That does your spine and your neck no good whatsoever.
Yes, down on the sideline, Wayne Pearce has played in pain for the last 40 minutes. His neck is really giving him a lot of trouble, and I think any other player would have been off the field a lot earlier, but he's going to stick it out and lead his men to victory.
There's one thing about it, Ian, we're going to need a lot of white ink and crossing out ink as far as tomorrow's Winfield Cup teams are concerned.
That's for sure. It's been a hell of a day for injuries, and it just shows you how intense this game of rugby league's got in the 1987 season.
ABC Radio tomorrow will be covering the match between St George and Parramatta at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And next weekend, of course, we'll be seeing St George again on ABC television when St George take on Canterbury, live on ABC television at 5 to 3. Country's last error. See City come up with the ball. Elias, away it goes to Jarvis. Jarvis takes it up on the blind side. He's playing as strongly now as what he did when he started.
Certainly has, David. He copped plenty off in the first 10 minutes.
Oh! And a very high tackle on Pearce from Kelly as he came in. Junior seems to be okay. The pass was forward originally anyway.
Deary me. Well, what he got in the last one, cop this.
Well,
he came off his chest. No two ways about it. But he's certainly rid up into the jaw area.
Well, can Country put another try on as Jack goes up the blind side? It comes back to Allenson. Allenson's out of one. He can't get his pass away. 10 metres inside City's territory as Sterling sends it away now to Davidson. Davidson trying to bust his way down the centre. Boyle, it's away to Laurie. Now it's with the Farah. Farah trying to bust through that defence is going to be held up about 35, 40 metres out now from the City line. Only a minute or so left in the match. As the ball is played, blindside it comes to Sterling. Now it goes away to Laurie. Laurie down to the quarter line. Johnston for the corner. Johnston can't get inside Hasler. And coming across also Kenny. Hasler's had an incredible game. Again, he was the man who stopped that promising Country raid. The Sterling sends it away. It goes from Davidson back to Sterling. Well read by Sirinen. Last tackle against Country. It might be the last play in this match. City leading 30 to 22 as it comes away to Mortimer. Mortimer decides to put the kick in. It's into the in-goal area. Growth going back. Growth gets there first. Growth picks it up. The youngster Allenson comes at him, forces him into the ground, and play will restart with a line drop out if it starts at all.
Well, Mortimer, very well placed kick there, but Allenson was very slow off the mark. Full credit to Growth, and there it is.
Well, at half-time, it was 29 points to 6 in favour of Sydney, and everyone was thinking at what time Sydney would declare.
Every week they're at it.